Hey YouTube, it's Joyce, and today I am going to share with you how much money I have made on ads for the past 5 years on my site, my Stay Home Adventures. So stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to my Stay Home Adventures, the YouTube channel. My name is Joyce, and I am the creator of my Stay Home Adventures. I am a mom, a wife, a special need advocate. I recently started a podcast called Mom Autism Money. I am a wannabe gardener, and I am very passionate about budgeting and living a frugal lifestyle. So in 2013, I started my blog, My Stay Home Adventures, as a way to generate money, but I wasn't sure how to make money. I knew that there was a way to make money, I just didn't know how, but I was gonna get there. I started my stay home adventures because I knew that there was a way to make money, I just wasn't sure how to make money. And I started my stay home adventures because I went from being a working mom to a stay at home mom. And the transition for me was not what I expected. I was having kind of a hard time. It was around 2014 when I decided that I wanted to get this blog going, and yet I needed to understand how to make money because as a mom of 3 kids at that time, I wanted to make sure that I was bringing in some form of income. Now, for me, I knew that it was going to take a long time, not like a long time, to get the blog started. So I needed to make time for this blog because at that time I also had a part-time job. It was when I lost my part-time job that I started to get worried, and I wanted to bring in some income. And let me just say that starting a blog is not as easy as you might think. It took years for me to make a comfortable income. And I'm going to say that it took me about 3 years. I'm going to say for 3 years and a half, I was on AdSense as a source of advertisement for my site. And I did have some affiliate, but my website has such low page views that I wasn't really making anything. Of course, I saw blogging as an investment. If I put my hard work first, it will pay off later. And because I'm the kind of person that can only focus on one thing at a time, it took time for me to learn things. I took my time to learn and focus on one thing. And the one thing that I learned about blogging is that it's always changing. And you cannot listen to everyone. And it's always some form of chaos or a new update or something that's going to affect your blog. When you listen to many different opinions and experts about blogging, you will get confused. I found myself being so confused, like do this or don't do this. And I also learned in the process of blogging that everyone is selling you something. Everyone is an expert. Everyone knows this. So I was kind of hesitant in a way and confused as to where I wanted to go with my blog. I also learned that you must invest in your business. Now, I said that there's a lot of people selling stuff, but you also have to invest in your business. And I think that once I figured out what was the right investment for my blog, it's when it took off. The other thing that affected me as to why it took a little bit longer to earn an income in my blog was my own failures. I compare myself to others. I knew that I was going to get there, but my process was going to be a little bit slower and a little bit different. So you might hear all these bloggers making 6 figures, 7 figures, and quote unquote hardly working or they make it in 6 months. And I knew that it wasn't me. That's not how it was going to work for me. And it was okay. I never quit, and I continued to work on my blog. Now, keep in mind that we're talking about a few years ago. I'm going to say like 8 or 9 years ago. Things are different now. They have changed tremendously when it comes to blogging. So when I started back then versus now, it's completely different. When I started to surround myself with the right people, with people that were bloggers, people that had the right mindset, it's when my blog started to take off. And when I say it took off, it started making some money. So when it comes to revenue and how I started making money, I started with ads, and I used Google AdSense. Once I have the right amount of page views, I was accepted into media in 2017. Ad revenues are a big part of my online income, and it's a conscious choice that I have made. Revenues can go up and down. Revenues differentiate between niche sites and what you have to offer, how long people stay, how much advertisers pay. The funny thing about my blog was that I just wanted to make $500, and the $500 a month allowed my family to do extra things such as outings and little things like that. And if you're in a low income family like I was, $500 a month mattered. And when I lost my part-time job, I missed that $500, and I was so determined just to get $500. If I could get $500, then I would be okay. Once the $500 a month started, then it's just like it took off. The majority of my revenue online comes from ads. I know I'm going to get comments about making sure that having multiple sources of income, and I do. But I do like creating websites and having a passive income. And I hate that term passive because I have to work really hard just to get there. I know that many people hate ads, but for me, it's something that I could give something for free and in return have an ad that will compensate me. So when you visit my website, those ads pay me. You don't have to buy anything, And it allowed me to do recipes. It allowed me to share information and give you printables for free. And no one has to buy anything because the ad will generate the income. When you watch YouTube channels, all those ads are there. And that's how you support a channel, and that's how ads support my website. So why am I going back to 5 years? I have been blogging 2013, but I just felt like 5 years was enough for me. I didn't want to spend too much time researching and doing math. So overall, I just on ads alone and working at minimum part-time and sometimes, part-time, because during the summer I rarely work. So if my kids are home, I don't work. During 2020, I don't know how I did it. Really didn't work much because I had my kids home and we were doing virtual. To go back to January 31st, 2016. I don't know why I went 2016. I should have been, but because I started with Mediavine in 2017. So between 2017 and January 31st, 2022, I have made $95,325.87 on ads. If I started not making a lot, and then as your website grows and it becomes more respectable, then you get more ad revenue. So there you have it. I have made $95,325.87. I think this is a great investment. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. What have I done with all this money? Remember, I didn't start making $20,000 a year. It started very slowly. And as the years went, my income sometimes double, sometimes triple. But what I did with the money and how I spend it and how I used it to help me in my financial journey. I just wanted to share this with you because even though it might not be a lot, it is a lot to me, depending on where you are in life and your income. It's not always about the money. I just never thought that I would be able to start a blog in my 30s and even being a special need mom. And sometimes I wonder how I had the time to do it and seeing how much money I'm earning and that it's allowing me to continue to be debt free and has continued to give me other opportunities to invest and help my kids and help other families. If you think that you want to start a blog or, YouTube or whatever makes you happy and you want to make, and just do it, have fun, and just surround yourself with mind-like people or money people, or surround yourself with people that is going to encourage you. If you want to know more about blogging or how much I made last year, let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.